Good morning. It's Tuesday, December 14th, and I want to talk about the Texas abortion law and the can of worms that it has opened. Because the law has allowed private citizens to sue and squeal on those who are helping people get an abortion. Now, Governor Gavin Newsom in California has looked at this law carefully, especially since the Supreme Court just validated it and wouldn't take it down, and it's now in effect for 100 days. And Gavin Newsom is looking at the principle of having private citizens be able to sue, and they can't necessarily sue state officials, but he wants to use this law, this Texas abortion law, to fight for gun control in his state. Because in the Texas law, a private citizen can sue anybody or any company or any organization that is helping a person get an abortion. So Newsom has looked at this thing and said, why not use it for gun control? I'm going to have a law written that says that any private citizen can sue a gun manufacturer, a gun distributor, a gun seller, and anyone else who's involved with the distribution of guns. And it doesn't say he's going to stop with pistols or anything. It's guns, AR-15s, etc. So he's going to take this law that Texas has gotten passed and that the Supreme Court has basically ignored and left in effect and damaged the rights of women. So Newsom is going now to use this law to damage the rights of gun owners and gun collectors. And it's a brilliant move in my mind. Imagine any private citizen who feels that a person with a gun is a danger to society can go after anybody who has helped that person. So if you bought a gun from the local gun dealer, they can sue the local gun dealer as a private citizen under the same set of rules that were laid down for those people who could sue a person who was helping somebody get an abortion. It would be a $10,000 payout and plus legal fees. So if they sued a gun manufacturer or something, they could get $10,000 and the legal fees for the suit. So it's a brilliant move. Now imagine if all the states that have gun control laws put something like this into effect. Then we would really have a wonderful society. Everybody would be looking to sue everybody else. Because if it goes gun manufacturers and guns and everything, who is to say that there isn't some other thing that's going on where this same technique can be applied, where you are protecting state officials from getting sued, but the perpetrators, the manufacturers or something, can be sued. Now I can't off the top of my mind think of other things beyond guns, but I'm sure that there will be things that can come up, that this technique of private citizens ratting other people out for $10,000 can be applied. How about if we had something like that in the law for the opioid crisis, where a private citizen could sue the manufacturers of opioids and the distributors, the pharmacists and everything. Well, that's probably going on right now, but there's no law that states that that's the way we can do it. So imagine if they applied that law to the drug dealers and the pharmacists and the drug manufacturers. All hell will break loose. Now, this law is not limited to the people in California. Under the Texas law, anybody, anywhere in the country that sees what's going on can sue. So imagine that under this law, any private citizen from anywhere in the country could bring suit against the gun owner, the gun manufacturer, the gun distributor. That's a brilliant move, I think, on California, on Governor Newsom's watch. So Newsom said, if this law allows us to have private citizens keep devastating weapons off our streets, then we should just do that. We should allow citizens to initiate these private lawsuits. We should get everything that we possibly can get out of this obscene Texas law to help people and not damage them. So private citizens who can sue gun owners, gun distributors, gun manufacturers would be helping this country to stop the destruction of over 30,000 lives each and every year. Because we know that gun deaths in this country runs at that level. Now, it's not all violent person against person, it's suicides and other things. But gun violence is a way of life in the United States. And maybe if private citizens get into the act, it would slow it down, kind of like a vaccination. Let's look at this law like a vaccination against gun violence or something. And maybe Newsom's idea is the booster shot, who knows? But if anything could help reduce the gun violence in this country, then I am 100% for it. And I think that if they look at this and this law, this type of law allowing private citizens to take action, could steamroll into other parts of this country, other situations, which are probably too numerous to mention right now. But think about it. We're enlisting our own citizens to be finks. You know, fink when I was a kid was the lowest form of life. Somebody who squealed is the lowest form of life. But we're encouraging that in this situation with the abortions, and we're encouraging it now with the gun violence. And what else could they do? There's plenty of things I believe that we could use finks for. So in any event, that's what I think this morning. I think that enlisting an army of private citizens to do your dirty work can be beneficial in some cases. I'm against it in the case of abortion, and for it in the case of gun violence and gun ownership, etc. So I leave you with that this morning. Have a great day. Bye.